'Cause that is what my heart says. I wanna be with you always. 'Cause that is what my heart says. I wanna be with you always, always. 'Cause that is what my heart says. Sparkle in your, I wanna be with you always, always. 'Cause that is what my heart says. I'm in a better place. I know I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better place. I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better place. I'm in a better place. I know I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better.
Hello and welcome back to TGTV, and more specifically, welcome back to New York. You may well have guessed it by the yellow cabs in the background, the Empire State Building, and all the New Yorky type things behind me. But I'm in New York with Amiga. I was contacted a little while ago by Amiga saying, "Oi, TGE, would you like to come to New York and do various bits," which we will get onto. And of course, who on earth says no to that? I'm just about to go and find my hotel actually. I'm going to show you around it, and then we're going to get onto exactly what I'm doing over here. I also have something new on the wrist, which I will show you all very shortly. Something I'm very excited about. I think I'm going to go down here. I need to go and find Madison Avenue. Look at me, I'm like a local already. I've got something very exciting, something new on the wrist. I can see it right there. I'm going to show you guys exactly what that is very, very shortly. I'm going to talk about that. And of course, I'm going to talk about why I'm here. Chaos! Everything's so noisy over here. Shut up! So anyway, I'm going to go and check out the PGA Tour. My first ever PGA Tour, and my first ever golf kind of masters event that I've ever been to. So really, really cool to get involved in that. A new experience. And yeah, I'm just buzzing to be here. I'm staying at the Edition Hotel, which is super, super slick, all put on by Amiga. And they've got actually their own boutique in there, which you may well have seen in some of the opening B-roll. Trying not to get run over by a man on a bike. Wouldn't be a good start. Anyway, come with me, we're going to check out the hotel. We can get on with what's going to be an amazing weekend. Welcome then to my hotel room. This is the Edition Hotel, and any of you that have been to New York, I'm going to get back on bed actually, it's very, very comfortable. Any of you that have been to New York before will know, goodness me, will know the Edition Hotel is spot on. It is very, very nice. I would give you a room tour, but I'm busy flat on my back here. Today is a Thursday. I'm actually going home on the Saturday night or the Sunday morning. I can't actually remember. The main thing is I'm going to be back for work on Monday. That's the only thing I took into consideration when looking at the itinerary. So there's plenty of time. So join me probably. I'm going to go for dinner this evening with the Amiga lot, get to know everyone, have a little chit chat, probably leave the camera at home. So we will pick this up on day 2 and it all kicks off. Welcome back then to day 2 of my trip to New York with Amiga. I'm currently at Bethpage golf course. Any of you don't know about Bethpage, it is a huge golf course. Well, not actually that big in the scheme of golf courses. Near New York, in New York, near New York. Right behind me you see here, that fairway right there is the 18th hole, and behind me up there is the grandstand. It's coming to the end of the Friday here, so we're about halfway through the whole tournament. It's been an interesting tournament. Those that follow golf will know what's been going on, so I'm not going to bore on about that. I'm literally just going to go up to the 18th hole now, to the putting green, and see what's going on. Golf is an exceptionally hard thing to cover, even for sort of professional TV crews. So here on TGTV, we're not going to attempt to cover the golf in full depth, because mainly all you're really here for is cars, the occasional watch, and the occasional moment where I shout, "Shut up" at passers-by. So something's going on. They're clapping. I must admit, I am a bit of a golf fan, but I'm not obsessed with it. I don't know everything. I'm kind of a bit of just an armchair golf fan, so this is quite cool to go to a proper tournament. I've never been to one before, and it's been an experience. I've walked around the whole course. I've been to various holes, I've sat in the grandstands, I've immersed myself in the golfing culture. I've been sat with a Bud Light, it's been fantastic. Very nice day. There was rain at one point, but I might have to shut up now because it's getting a bit close to the action. They've got signs up saying shh, so we're going to get a little bit closer to what's going on at this point. And as we can see behind us there, we have a ball. I don't actually know who's knocked it over this way, but basically they tee off over there, and then the hole is there. And this is the 18th hole, so this is the most chaotic one. This is where it all boots off, and on Sunday it's going to be going absolutely mental. They're clapping. Something's happened. Oh, another ball's just landed there. Chaos. This is some of the results as things stand. Chaos. There we go. It's the 101st PGA Championship, which is mayhem. Shout out also to the PGA for having me along. I do apologise for my backpack here. It's a rather lovely Amiga branded one. I've got my Amiga regalia in there. I've got a very nice orange polo shirt, which some of you will have seen on Instagram. But I've got to say, golf, out of all the sports that I've kind of spectated at, it's a very civilised, very enjoyable, kind of calming environment. It's chaotic at times, but most of the time you can just kind of chill. It's very, very nice. So I do recommend golf. Get into it if you're not already into it. Oh, something's happening again. Here we go. Anyway, I think that's quite enough of me attempting to cover golfing accurately on a little handheld camera. Completely missed that putt there. The hole was behind some man. What you all want to know though is what is on my wrist. I'm delighted to inform all of you. There we go, we've got some definitely not fans, they have no idea who I am. On my wrist then, I've got an Amiga Dark Side of the Moon. I'm going to do a full talk through and walk around of this particular watch. I'm going to sit down and we're going to discuss it. I'm going to tell you exactly why I love this watch so much. But I put this on as soon as I got to New York and I haven't taken it off. It's absolutely sick. Good game, good game. But yeah, Dark Side of the Moon is on my wrist. So for those wondering what I've been wearing all weekend, this is it. And join me very shortly on day 3 where I will be covering this actual watch. Right then. You join me on day 3 of my trip to New York with Amiga, and I'm going to start talking watches now. I've had this on my wrist all weekend and I've fallen in love with it. It's absolutely sick. It's the Amiga Dark Side of the Moon Speedmaster. So then, where to start? This watch was originally announced in, I think it was about 2013, and delivery started around 2014. It was, without doubt, the watch of the year, 2013. Everyone was talking about this piece. Everyone was going mental. And it is, to the best of my knowledge, the first time Amiga had ever done a full ceramic watch. So, we'll get into the tech specs now. I'll try not to bore you too much. I'll go into a little bit of detail about it. So then, what do we have here? The case is full ceramic, as I've just touched on. So it's called zirconium oxide. Don't worry, this isn't going to turn into a chemistry lesson. So the chemical formula for zirconium oxide, which is basically ceramic, is actually on the watch. It's on the front of it, on the dial, in the center there, and it's also on the back case as well. And what Amiga have done, which is really good, which is really clever, is it's not all one finish. A lot of ceramic watches, the finish is the same all throughout, so it's either polished or it's kind of matte brushed. This is actually mimicking their metal watches, and it's got kind of brushed on one side, and then on some of the beveled kind of edges, it's polished as well. So it really, I mean, I don't know how many of you worked with ceramic stuff before, but it's not an easy material to work with, and the tech that's gone into producing the case with those two different finishes is staggering, to be honest with you. Basically, the ceramic base powder is mixed with a pigment, so I've been told anyway. I mean, I haven't been there for the process of this. The ceramic base powder is mixed with a pigment. That is then baked, and I believe it then shrinks into its final shape. So getting something into a precise shape like this, especially making a case for a watch, everything has to be perfect. It's not an easy task. So yeah, full ceramic case, which is super cool. It features their 9300 movement, or 9300. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly, but effectively what you get is a chronograph movement. It features all the regular functions of the normal Speedmaster, but with the 2-dial layout. So ordinarily the Speedmasters have been known to have a 3-dial layout, but this has actually got 2. And what is actually really clever, and a lot of people don't know, is that the right-hand sub-dial has actually got 2 hands on it. So minutes and hours are actually on one sub-dial, and then on the other side it is obviously running seconds, and it also features the date. So it's a slightly cleaner look, and it's a bit of a new look for Amiga, but that movement is totally in-house. So Amiga have developed that themselves, and it's a very good looking movement as well, and you can see it through the back case of the watch. I'm hoping at this point I'll be rolling B-roll over the top of me talking, so you can actually see what I'm on about rather than just this, but in the back case of the watch you can see straight through that, and there's a huge piece of sapphire glass on the back, and you can see the rotor in there, and a really nice cool black spring actually in the back, and their coaxial movement, which is really clever. It's a great movement, very robust, and yeah, thought of very highly in the watch world. Great movement. They're not just kind of churning out basic movements from other manufacturers and sticking it in there. It's all in-house, very cool. Another wicked feature of this watch, which most people you'd never appreciate, just seeing it on someone's wrist from a distance, the markers and the hands are actually made of 18 karat white gold. Now there's not just a flashy reason for this, that is so they last longer. They look better for longer, they keep their shine for longer, and it's a lot more durable than say making out of stainless steel, which can kind of tarnish over time and all the rest of it. Those are the kind of details that make these things what they are, and they're the sort of things that unless you nerd out on it and you kind of look into it, you wouldn't ordinarily know. So strap wise then, this particular piece that I'm wearing here, I've still got my, my stamp from a rather excitable evening out last night. If those that you saw my Instagram stories will have seen I had far too much fun. So you get strap options with this. This actually is the standard buckle on a Cordura strap. So Cordura is kind of like a hard-wearing Kevlar type material. It's rugged and it's kind of very sporty, very comfortable, lightweight, but crucially extremely strong. And it's very nice fitting for this kind of this theme, this dark theme. Works very well, but you do get strap options. You can have also a deployment buckle as well, which kind of the standard one that kind of like opens out. And interestingly and importantly, the buckle is also ceramic on these as well, so that's quite a nice touch. You can also option alligator straps as well. There is no bracelet available on this watch. There isn't a ceramic bracelet. I don't think it would possibly even suit that anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But this on this strap, that's my combo. I think it looks unbelievable. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm not a huge fan per se of every black watch that sort of manufacturers bring out. It's not kind of an instant thing. I love black watches, but this has got the right amount of kind of detail, and the dial just pops. I love the red Speedmaster bit on the dial. I love the tip of the second hand that's got a little bit of red on it. It's just enough. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and it's a perfect size as well. It's not too big and clunky. The other thing I really enjoy actually, sometimes when you catch it in the light from the side, you can see that piece of sapphire glass in the back there, and it kind of creates this sort of almost floating impression on your wrist. Really nice. It's got a nice depth to it. It's not too slim. It feels like a proper kind of manly sports watch, but without being kind of cumbersome and annoying. It's lightweight as well. Obviously being ceramic, it doesn't weigh a ton. It's very comfortable. So top marks really to Amiga on this one. I know I'm a bit late to the party. This watch has been out years. So many watches, so little time. But I thought it'd be cool to do a kind of little rundown of this piece. So on the size thing, let's get technical again. It is actually a 44mm case. I think it's actually 44.2mm, something like that. So it's not a small watch, and it's a departure from the usual 40mm Speedmasters that Amiga are known for. Water resistance actually 50 meters on this one. I believe they're usually about 100 or 200 meters, but water resistance on this is slightly less. I believe that's probably down to the ceramic properties. But again, it's not a diving watch. I really don't care about water resistance. I don't tend to swim in a lot of my watches. I just feel there's quite a lot of risk involved in that if you haven't done up the crown, or for whatever reason you only ever find out of this water resistance issue the hard way. So that is not an issue, and obviously you can still obviously swim in it, shower in it, dip your hand in the sink, do whatever, all good. Worth pointing out then, there are other models available of this one. There is, I believe there's actually a full stealth version. Also at this point, this was never, I don't think, Amiga intended to be a stealth watch. It's very legible. There is now a stealth version available. When this first came out, this was the only version. There is now one that's kind of all sort of blacked out. All the indices and everything are completely dark. There is a kind of more vintage vibe one as well, which has kind of got patina type indices on it with a brown kind of aged leather strap on there. And there's some other bits and bobs as well. The range has grown since the inception of this model. This was the first one out the starter blocks, and then a load of other models followed on. This would be my pick of the range. This is my favourite. I absolutely love it. On the dial then, and you'll see it from a distance there, There is a nice gloss to it, there's a nice depth. The sub-dials are kind of sunken slightly with this nice kind of detailed ring around it. There's a lot going on the dial. When you actually start looking at it, there's plenty to kind of keep you entertained on there. It is a super cool piece of kit. And if you're around watches, check one out. They're very, very surprising. Price-wise then, this actually retails at around $12,000, I believe. And on the used market, you could probably pick one up for maybe £8,000 or £9,000. Sorry, I jumped between currencies there. So yeah, they are very popular. They do hold their value pretty well. And that is actually a considerable premium over and above the steel versions, which are a few $1,000s less. So you pay a bit of a premium for the ceramic version, but that's not uncommon in the watch world. And considering the manufacturing that goes into making ceramic pieces, I think that is justified. For me, I think it's the perfect combo of, you know, Omega's Speedmaster, nice history, cool brand, and kind of modern aesthetic. It's kind of a trend that black watches are now a thing, and it's nice to be able to combine some of the history of Omega and kind of their, almost their iconic range with something from the modern day with some really cool tech involved as well. Personally, I would happily wear this any day of the week. It works with a t-shirt, it works going to the gym, it works with a suit, it just works across the board, and there's not that many watches that do that job. That's why the Speedmasters stood the test of time, because you can just wear it with anything you want. It just works. It's like, dare I say, the Submariner or some of the other sports models from some other brands. There's very few watches that have lasted 50 years. 50th anniversary of the moon landing, huge year for Omega. Loads of cool stuff going on with that, and hopefully I'll be sharing that with you very soon. But there's very few watches that have stood the test of time. And they say when you buy kind of a luxury item, you buy the icons, and this very certainly is an icon. So big fan of it. I didn't expect to fall in love with it as much as I have. I love it, and hopefully you'll be seeing more of this watch around very soon. But I thought I would sit here. Oh, by the way, I'm in my hotel room in the chaos. I'm in my hotel room in the Edition. We've got a lovely little lamp here. Actually, I can just move the camera. Lovely little lamp there, lad. I'm in my hotel in the Edition where I've been staying with Omega. This is not my plant. This is a hotel plant, but I thought it looked cool there. And we have a nice little branded bag there as well, with some cool stuff actually. So I've been at the PJ Tour, as you've seen. I also have a new cap, ladies and gentlemen. All very exciting. I have some sunglasses. They are not on Omega ones. Although Omega, they do have some good sunglasses I've seen. I was hoping to snaffle some of those, but I don't know where they are. We have Omega golf balls here as well. It's all in here. It's all in here. And what else have we got? It's one of the best things about these trips is the goodie bags, which is great. We've got a nice Omega kind of a golf notepad thing. I'm not a golf expert, as you've probably been able to tell from some of the footage at the golf course earlier. But yeah, I had an amazing time, absolutely amazing time. I've never been to a proper golf event before. I actually want to touch on this as well. So this is the little case the Speedmaster came in, but I actually came prepared. I brought my own Planet Ocean. So this has got a ceramic bezel on it, and this is what I wore to the event, and then I was presented with this while I got here. So I came with my own, but I swapped over. The theme is the Speedmaster of this trip. And it's kind of the, as I say, the 50th anniversary of the moon landing and whatever, and the moon watch, Planet Ocean. Actually, you'll have seen in my Instagram stories of this, and actually all the wall clocks are this watch. So yeah, super cool piece, super cool piece. Again, timeless. Very cool, very resilient watch. Cool little travel case. This wasn't mine, I got this when I got here. Love it. Look at me just going through all my little haul. What else have we got in here? What else can I show you, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, some Omega teas as well. Great. I am now awaiting, am I getting a flight today? I don't know. My flight might be later. I need to check my itinerary. Without further ado then, I'm going to go and check my itinerary, find out what I'm doing, and catch up with you guys very shortly. Right then, we've missed an episode here. You now join me actually on a runway at Dublin Airport. It turns out I was flying, I was flying later that evening. So I'm now at Dublin, and why I'm in Dublin is a very long story. Basically, I flew from New York to Dublin. I'm not going to bore you with that. I just want to say bye at this point. Thank you so much for watching, and a huge thanks to Omega or Omega. I don't even know how you say it, to be honest with you. I think it differs depending on where you are in the world. Hopefully you can hear me because it's a little bit noisy. But I just want to say huge thanks. The whole trip was an absolute class act. Everything was amazingly organised. The whole team was super welcoming, super friendly, right down to the kind of the ambassadors, everyone there. Really cool. Hopefully I'll be doing more stuff with them very soon. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think of the trip, the watch, all the rest of it, and do give me your suggestions what you want to see next. Subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment. I'll see you all very soon. Bye.